Hi everyone, hope you guys are all having a great day today. In today's video, I'm going to cover the whole entire market, including the economic calendar. Now, I do post these videos up daily, so I highly encourage you to double check the latest video on my channel so that way you get the most up-to-date information. And if you do find this video beneficial towards the end, consider dropping a like. It does help the channel. Thank you so much for that. Now, in terms of the market, the overall trend is still to the upside, but in terms of tomorrow's trading day, it looks like it could be a little bit on the low side in the beginning part of the day, but then later on potentially go up. So I'm going to get to this later on, but first I'm going to go over the economic calendar. And for Tuesday, September 24th, 2024, at 9 a.m., we have Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman speak, as well as S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index for 20 cities. And then at 10 a.m., we have Consumer Confidence for September. Now, the reason why I'm stating that the overall trend is to the upside, if you look at the MACD lines indicate if we're in a bearish or bullish movement. And I'm going to go to the 1 year. So the 1 year is in the bullish movement. The 5 year is just about to cross over. This is, by the way, ETF SPY. ETF for the S&P 500. It's currently closed at $569.67. It's the same thing as the S&P, it's just different ratio, that's all it is, but it's an ETF for the S&P. And for the 5 year, it's about to cross over. And then for the all chart, basically it's a 50-50 split right now. But in the way I'm viewing it is with the 5 year about to cross over, the trend is to the upside, in my opinion, more to the upside overall, especially the fact that we're in bullish territory for the MACD lines, plus above the 50-day moving average as well. And if we're looking at Nasdaq, and by the way, the whole entire market's showing the exact same thing for the most part. ETF QQQ, ETF for Nasdaq, same thing, just different ratio again, like I stated. 1 year chart, bullish movement, above 50-day moving average. 5 year chart, about to cross over. Now, it could come down, and there's one potential reason why I think maybe we might be due for a pull down soon, and I'm going to go over that soon. But with the 5 year chart, it could potentially cross down like we've seen before, where when we did, there was a big red candle overall, but it's still, I think it might cross over nonetheless, because especially with the S&P and Dow Jones is showing bigger strength to the upside. Mind you, it's only 30 companies, but still. But there's a good chance we might keep going up. But I'll show you the level that I think might cause issues. And then the all chart is exact same thing. Again, above the 50-day moving average, all that stuff, MACD lines, I think the trend's still to the upside. And then for the Dow Jones, if you look at the 1 year, bullish, 5 year, just pretty much stronger than the rest of them for the 5 year, above the 50-day moving average as well. And then the all chart, same thing, 50-50, and you could argue stronger than all of them as well. Now, in terms of the level that could cause issue, and then I'll cover first why I think tomorrow, early part of the day, might be on the downside, is if you look at the 1 month for the S&P, it's a little bit on the bullish side. 3 month, I believe it's a little bit more solidified, crossing over to the bullish movement, and then, or bearish movement, and then the 6 month as well got reaffirmed for the bearish movement as well for the S&P 500. Now for the Nasdaq, looking at QQQ, bearish movement as well, 3 month bearish movement, and then the 6 month bearish movement as well. And then Dow Jones, the exact same thing, 1 month bearish, 3 month bearish, and then the 6 month bearish as well, crossed over. So again, I think in the early part of the day, it might be a down day. It could be a down day for the whole entire day for tomorrow, but for the most part, I think it will still go up because we're overall in the uptrend for the most part, right? Now, the level that could cause us issues, if you look at Nasdaq, ETF QQQ, ETF for the Nasdaq, if you look at the 5 year chart, you see an upward trend resistance line dating back since 2010. Now, the S&P 500 also has an upward trend dating back since 2010, but we have a lot of room to go to the upside. I'll quickly show right about here. Here's the S&P 500. Again, this dates back since 2010. Every time we went up, we went down. Mind you, the market was still going up. Doesn't mean it wasn't. But we still have room to go to the upside. Now, do we have to? It's not a guarantee. We've been in the mid-range and came down to the support level as well. But we do have room to the upside for the S&P. For Nasdaq, you could argue we have room to the upside because we did break through the upward trend resistance line dating back since 2010, dating back in 2020 to 2022, broke through it. But we are back underneath the resistance line dating back since 2010. And this is why I'm thinking potentially we could be at a level to get to a pullback. Now, by the way, this was in July of 2024. We did break through it as a recent, but then came back underneath the resistance line. So here's the upward trend resistance line dating back since 2010. You can see it causes issues to break through, and we did have a small breakout, but then got pulled back down, and now we're going to test it again. Mind you, we closed at $483.04 for QQQ, ETF for Nasdaq. And that level of the upward trend resistance line, if you're thinking that could cause us issue, and I think it will somewhat cause issues anyway, regardless, even though if the uptrend's to the upside, and I think we'll break through it in my opinion, but it's just, we will probably have the same issue that we saw earlier back in sometime late August of 2024, or mid-late August of 2024. So that level is basically about $490, I would say, by the time we get to it, because the longer we take, the higher the high will be. So right now we're looking at about $490, give or take. Again, we closed at $483.04. Now for the S&P, you can see we're pretty much consolidating. So that probably means that we might be potentially coming down at one, not coming down, but having issues and then getting pulled back a little bit and then continue the uptrend to the upside ultimately for the most part. And then basically that's essentially it for the time being. Just basically want to reiterate that the uptrend for the market is on an uptrend, and then tomorrow might be on a down day in the beginning of the day, but then ultimately head up regardless. And if not head up tomorrow, then pretty much dip for one day and then just head back up right after that potentially. But I'll assess it day by day and I'll let you guys know if I see anything drastic. But thanks again for watching. Appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed it, consider dropping a like. It does help the channel. If you want to be notified when I do upload my next video, consider following, subscribing. Thanks again for watching. Take care. God bless and peace.